Hello, I'm Dennis Snow, and this is Speaking of Service Excellence. When I talk or write about the foundational elements of delivering great customer service, I usually explain it as the difference between employees who do their jobs with a task mentality versus employees who do their jobs with an experience mentality. And I stress this topic so heavily because I think it's at the heart of what separates great service providers from the rest of the pack. Those employees who focus on creating great experiences make customers feel welcome and valued. Those who focus merely on completing tasks make customers feel processed and tolerated. The word that bridges the gap between a task mentality and an experience mentality is presence. In order to create a positive customer experience, an employee must be present for the customer and, at least for the moment, that customer only. Then and only then can the employee notice the customer's body language, their tone of voice, their word choice, their facial expressions, or any of the hundreds of other possible signals the customer may be sending, and thus providing clues for delivering personalized service. Employees who are not present for the customer, they don't catch those signals. They just go through the motions of completing the task. They're thinking about the next customer or the previous customer. They're thinking about their spouse or their paperwork or their supervisor. Anything but the customer they're dealing with at that moment. And here's the thing, the customer perceives that employee's attitude as one of not caring. Not long ago, my family was having dinner at a very nice restaurant, and the food was great, and so was the restaurant's atmosphere. But our server was clearly more focused on completing his tasks instead of creating a memorable experience for his guests. He would look at one of his other tables as he served us. He would whisk by without comment as he dropped off or picked up our bread basket. We talked to another server while he refilled our water glasses. And he headed to the kitchen as he wordlessly set our check down on the table. So as I watched this server's performance, the word presence popped into my mind. That's what was missing. He wasn't present for his guests. Now, he certainly performed his tasks efficiently. He was prompt, and he delivered the correct food, and the food really was terrific. But for the prices that we were paying, we deserved more. We deserved his full attention for those relatively few moments that he was actually interacting with us. And it wouldn't have really taken much for him to have created a very different impression. A smile while filling our water glasses, a comment on our meal selection as we ordered, eye contact as he set down the bread basket. Any of these little gestures would have taken no additional time, but would have made a world of difference in our experience. Now look around. Our interactions with most service providers out there lean toward that task or transactional side of the performance continuum. There's usually no feeling of true connection, and most of us feel simply processed through their system. And of course, we feel no loyalty toward organizations that make us feel processed, and that's an important point. I mentioned my restaurant experience to a participant attending one of my presentations, and he asked me a good question. He said, would that experience keep me from returning to that restaurant? And I had to admit that it probably wouldn't keep me from returning. But if we do go back, it won't be because of the service. It will be in spite of the service. And that's a very important distinction. In today's competitive environment, businesses of every type need to set their sights higher than just delivering service that doesn't drive customers away. All of our businesses need to focus on giving our customers excellent reasons to definitely come back and to sing our praises to friends, families, and colleagues, and so forth. If we want loyal customers who love us, we have to be present. So here are a couple of questions for you. In your industry or in your job, what specific behaviors demonstrate being present for your customers? The next question, of course, is Are you and your organization demonstrating those behaviors with every customer? If your answer is no or not really, you know what you need to do to be present. And if you do it very well, your customers will love you for it.